All right, y'all, let's talk about how to do it. How do you put these things on your calendar? I know that you want to. Maybe by now you realize this is important for you, but you're going, Christy, there's no room. There's no space to put any of these things that I want to do. That's the problem. I just need more time. I need more time. Here's the good news. You actually don't. You don't need more time. If you had more time, you would fill it with more crap, and then you would end up in this same place, just more exhausted. The good news is you can make time for the things that are most important to you. Now, I have a really simple exercise to walk you through this to show you how you can put those goals that you set on paper on purpose and make sure they happen, how you can actually carve out time for them so that they are treated like the priority that they are. As I love to remind you all, you don't find time, you make time. You're not going to find time for these things. You need to make time for them. And so let's talk about how to do that. One of the things that I've noticed is that when we approach our calendars, it can get overwhelming. Maybe your calendar isn't so busy yet because you're in that holiday season, which is awesome. But before you know it, you might look up and it's halfway through January and you are crazy busy, you're exhausted, and you're running ragged all over again. What I want to do is I want to help you think through this with more clarity. So instead of taking your current calendar that you're used to operating in, where you just show up and react and respond to everything coming at you all day, every day, I want you to do something different. I want you to get a blank weekly calendar. I'm going to walk you through an exercise creating your ideal schedule. Of course, we know that there are very few weeks that are ideal, but this is a great starting point for you to see what you want to work toward. In fact, if you have my 2022 goal planner, there's an exercise where you can do this in the book. There's also an exercise in my book, Take Back Your Time, that walks you through this. So this is a really great, simple strategy to help you create the calendar that you want to actually live in. But you need to start with a blank slate. So whether you use your 2022 goal planner or you use a different planner or you use the calendar on your phone, I want you to get a blank weekly template, and we're going to start to create your ideal schedule. Now, here's the order that I want you to plug things in. First, I want you to begin to put things in this ideal schedule, this blank calendar template we're using, put things in that you have to do. Now, listen, you don't have to go to every one of those birthday parties this weekend. You don't have to sign up for every PTA committee. No, these things do not make it in the have to category. The have to category is like sleep. You have to sleep. This is a fact. You're probably going to want to sleep at night when the rest of the world is sleeping, unless you are a night nurse or you work evenings and that's just your regular rhythm. But sleeping is going to make it on the calendar. You have to do that. You also probably have to work. Now, what capacity and where and how you work, I don't know what that looks like for you. Whether you work inside the home from a home-based business, you stay home with your kids, and that is work, and you know it and I know it, or you work in a traditional office setting, I don't know, but you probably have some spot on your calendar for the work that you do. You're going to want to plot that. Everything else is probably optional. Now, maybe you have some things that you truly have to do. You have to take care of your mom, and she lives down the street, and every evening you bring her dinner to make sure she's taken care of. You have to do that. Yeah, well, of course that makes it in that category. But the majority of the things that you think you have to do, you don't. That truth right there can set some of you free. You don't have to do the majority of the things that you think you have to do. If you want to, cool. But own that and say, I want to do this. I'm willing to be exhausted because I want to do that. Or I'm willing to rush because I want to do that. Great. But I just want to remind you, you're not a victim to your schedule. You are in control of more than you realize. Or as my friend Rory Vaden says, anything on your schedule is something you put there or something you allowed to be there. So I want to help you plan this ideal schedule with intentionality. So first, put everything on this schedule that you have to do. Sleep, work, any other major commitments that you really, really have to do. The second thing you're going to put on this new ideal schedule, this template that we're working with, this blank slate that we are starting with, you're going to put the things that you want to do. What are things that you're currently doing that you want to continue doing? Maybe that's a workout, maybe that's time with friends, maybe that's a volunteer commitment that you love and you're passionate about. You want to do them. Now, one quick thing that I want to call out, if you are someone like me, where you want to do everything because it's all good and you have major FOMO and you don't want to miss out. And yes, I want to do this and that, and it's just too many things. I want to encourage you to take this a step further and ask yourself, not just what do you want to do, but what's right now? What are the things in your current calendar that are right now? Yes, this is a priority this season. I want to do it. It's important to me. It's a priority. That goes on the calendar next. Then the third step of the things that you're going to add to this new ideal schedule are things that are new. Maybe some of those things that you never got around to before, things that you never had time for before, date nights, alone time, earlier bedtime, starting the business, time with friends. I don't know what that is for you, but begin to plot those new things that you want to do that are a priority for you. When you look down at this new ideal schedule, you will realize this is the schedule you want to live in. And here's what's really cool. With just a few changes each week over the next few weeks, you can begin to live in it. Now, I don't want you to walk out on all your commitments tomorrow. That's not a great way to have balance or maintain relationships. But you might find 2 or 3 things that you want to delegate to someone else. 2 or 3 things that you can delete and stop doing altogether with very few consequences. 2 or 3 things you want to begin to add. As you make these incremental changes, roughly 25% of your current schedule per week over the next 3 weeks, well, in about a month, you'll be working your ideal schedule. Of course, different weeks will look different. Some will be busier than others. Some will have things that you don't want to do, but you just got to do them. But when you have this ideal schedule to look at and work from, it at least gives you this starting point to know the type of goals that you want to set and making sure that they're happening on paper on purpose. Guys, when you do this, when you reflect on last year, when you cast a vision for next year, when you set goals for next year and then actually put those goals on your calendar so that time is allocated for them to protect them, they don't get booked over, they're actually a priority, you will be amazed at how 2022 actually turns into the year that you want it to be.